Welcome to the Influential Creatrix. My name is Rita Gidio, and let's go to this beautiful podcast. We are starting full of power. My guest is a beautiful soul. I always ask my guests to present themselves, and you, my darling, I was reading, you have loads to speak about it. So please be my guest, saying who you are, where are you from, and all your amazing superpowers.
Yeah, so I'm Jasmine, also known as the Healing One, and I'm the owner of I Am Healing One LLC. And there's so many ways to describe myself. I get tickled anytime I try to think about it. So I'll try to simplify it for you. I am a board certified hypnotherapist, NLP practitioner, smart goals coach, CBT based coach, intuitive, Akasha reader, all the things, energy and womb healer. And those are just modalities, right, that allow me to share my talents and abilities. Really, what I support and focus on is healing overall, working with people to help them thrive right where they are. Life doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to make $1 million or have all the things before you can love and honor thyself, right? And so we work on healing. And then coming from a place of healing and being able to thrive helps you to then go after all the things that you desire and make them a reality, whether that be the job, the baby, the marriage, the career, the business, traveling, being a nomad, whatever that is that fuels your soul and speaks to your heart. My job is always to just be your co-pilot and support you in doing those amazing things. And I came to do this line of work, I guess, or be who I am. It was unintentional. I didn't wake up one day and say, I want to do this. It was literally spirit just guiding me every step of the way. And I would have these nudges. I think I should go to school for this. I think I should study this. And then they all came together through time and through experience with clients for me being who I am, just because of my own healing journey. And so that's why I am invested in it. I am committed to it because I know the power of healing for myself, how amazing it has been in my life. And I love being able to share that with other people, regardless of whatever their spiritual or religious background is. You know, it's something that transcends all of those things. So that's a little bit about me.
Oh, a little bit, but it's amazing.
Yeah.
You talk about different things, then I'm really interested. So let me do some questions of the point of view of the user one.
Absolutely.
And when you talk about womb and energy, what are we talking about? Because I feel some months ago, so I'm in a self-love journey during this year. I'm alone. I left my kids and my ex-husband, and I put my backpack on the back, and I went to look for myself. And it have been a journey. In this journey, I found myself doing a healing session where I was going inside of my womb, and then from there I was going inside of my mom's, and from my mom's I was going inside to my grandma. And my mom died when I was 10, and normally I don't dream with her, but she came down in the dream. And I became so aware of what all these women did need to do for me to be here. It made me feel so lucky. So because I feel that I'm so entitled of. I don't know if this is part of what you do, but I'm curious to know, what do you do? So I understand better.
Yeah, so I'll describe both of them a little bit. Energy healing, I focus on, we all are energy. Everything is energy. Like if we just look at science in its simplicity, everything is energy. Every molecule of everything is energy. Mm-hmm. And if we start with that understanding, then our bodies are energy, money is energy, experiences are energy, everything, right? That means if we need to shift something and we're using that as a basis, if we can shift the energy or the energetic frequency, then we can shift the experience or how we're feeling. Exactly. So I look at energy healing as the ability to be able to shift from one space or location to another in the easiest manner to get the outcomes that you desire, whether that be addressing pain emotionally or physically, whether that be addressing how you feel and wanting to feel differently, healing from different experiences or circumstances, manifesting something, whatever that be for you, shifting from one thing to another. I look at womb healing as the specific focus of, we all have life-giving organs, male or female, non-binary, right? We all have a uterus or a vagina, ovaries, eggs, or a penis, sperm, semen, testicles, right? We all have these life-giving organs. That means that when our parents came together to co-create us, we were the combination of all the things that they had experienced, because we're going back to energy, everything being energy. So we were the combination of all the things they experienced, all the things their parents experienced, all the things their parents experienced. And then that baby gestated in mama's womb until it was birthed out here into human form. So when baby came, baby had already been exposed to all the things in the lineage through the DNA, through the genes, through the bloodline. Oftentimes we're struggling and we don't know why. And that is because sometimes it's not our shit, right?
Oh my God, that is so true.
We're dealing with something great-great-great-grandmother 5 generations ago or 10 generations ago dealt with, and it's been traveling through the bloodline. Maybe it was dormant for a while and then it picks back up. Just like genes can be dormant. So you have somebody that has green eyes, and then all of a sudden the next couple of generations have brown or blue eyes or whatever. And then those green eyes pop back out, or the red hair pops back out, or the height pops back out, right? It was dormant and then it came. Same thing with that trauma. Maybe somebody figured out how to heal a little bit of it, but they didn't heal all of it. So it sat there for a while, and now it's coming back full force, smacking everybody, because it's time to heal it. And so womb healing is specifically addressing those things that sit and they embed in our cellular memory. They embed
During
in our
the pregnancy.
during pregnancy, yeah. But also during life, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the times we as women internalize stress. So even if you're not trying to have a baby, you have a lot of stomach pains, gastrointestinal issues, right?
Period pains, cramps.
Period pains, cramps, exactly. Longer periods, PCOS, all of those things happen on a health level. They need to be addressed medically. I believe in the medical system, and I believe in holistic. So I have found that we get more benefit when we do a merger of both instead of trying to do one or the other. So we're not only talking about the literal womb space of the uterus or the womb, we're talking about the womb space, the life-giving energy that we all have that sits right in the center of our bodies. Yeah. And so when we can address healing there, I've had clients come to me, I don't know what this is, I'm struggling. And we start diving in, and it's something from way back in the bloodline, and we focus on healing that, and they get the relief that they need. So I obviously believe in it, because I get hype. I'm like, I believe in it because I've seen the power for myself and so many people that I've been able to do it with.
That is amazing. And there plays a role of the Akashic records as well. So the Akasha, the Akashic records, it keeps coming to me. Okay. My boyfriend keeps saying that I need to heal something, and I'm always trying to figure out. And that sometimes I have very good things on my character, and I have very weird ones, like sabotage myself many times, or like. And he was saying to me, maybe that is not from you, and I was like, what you mean? Like, this is mine. Whatever shit it is, I need to solve it. And it's so funny because maybe it's not mine. And I am powerful, and I'm super secure, and I'm the overachiever, but I have this pain inside of me. Then I don't believe it's just for my mom dying. I don't believe it's for all my trauma. It sounds like something like they give me some power tools, but they give me some extra stuff to carry. And until few months ago, the idea of this was not mine. It did not work in my head. So one of my boyfriend's sisters do Akashic records, and we went to a session. And my thing is, how do you see then Akashic Records can play a part? Explain a little bit, because I don't think the Occidental world is into the Akashic Records. So I'm curious to know what is your view.
Yeah. So I took my training through an indigenous woman. She's Hindu and Sikh. And I specifically did that because I wanted to understand it from the cultural perspective as much as I could.
Mm-hmm.
And so the way that she trained us and the way that I see it, the Akasha is this beautiful, it's just a space between earth and spirit, right? It's that in-between layer. And so, sorry, my dogs are howling.
Don't worry.
And so that's the Akasha. It's that entire space, that realm in between.
Mm-hmm.
The Akashic, or the room, is the individual space per soul or spirit, however you view it.
Okay.
That's the space that is dedicated to you from the conception of your existence as a whole, as a being, until you incarnate into different bodies. And it holds all of that in between when you're just in spirit and when you're in the bodies. It's
all our other lives before.
Everything.
Everything is there.
Everything, anything that you believe in.
When you're, sorry to interrupt you because I'm excited. So when you open that or you read that, what you as a channel, because I think that is what comes to you, right? What do you see? Like, explain to me. It's a process.
So it really depends on the flow of the session based on the client. Not everybody's open to everything, right? Mm-hmm. So I've had clients that are not interested in past lives or parallel lives. They're not ready for that. They don't believe in it or have a concept for that, right? So when we do a session, it's mainly focused on, here are the things that you need to be focusing on to heal in order to be who you desire to be. Here are the wounds, here are the patterns that I see. Memories from their childhood may come up and I'll describe them. Mm-hmm. And I have clients that are open to all of it. They're open to parallel lives, past lives, whatever, you name it.
We have parallel lives. We have otherwise than we live at the same time than this one.
Some people believe that. Yeah. I don't think there's a right or wrong. I think all of it's possible.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I think the same.
Yeah. I think it's all possible because I don't know it all, right? But I have clients that are open to that. And so when they're coming to a session, we end up talking about generations, 10 years, 10 generations back, 10 centuries back, if that's what they're open to. I have a client that we went into a session and I said, take me to the first place that you felt safe. And she saw herself sitting at the well with Jesus, right? That made sense for her. And so, I've had clients come that thought they weren't open to past lives. And we get into the session and I say, we do some timeline healing in there. And I say, take me back to where this thing started. Let's go there. Let's let your soul take us there. And they end up saying something way before they're born. And the expression on their face is like, wait a minute, how did I know that? And I'm like, I know, right? Because it's all possible. So the Akasha is that space. And the Akashic room is that space that each being has everything that's relevant to them, everything that exists about them, all the information. And I like to describe it to people. It is your safe space to connect with your ancestors, your angelic team, God, goddess, source, deity, energy, whatever you believe in. That's your sacred space to be able to connect with them anytime you want. Now, what I see is dependent on the client too, because everybody's Akasha room looks different. I've had people that saw their rooms that look like a train station or a hotel lobby or a hotel room or a library. There's no right way or wrong way or one way that it looks or exists. It's based on the concept that the person is open to. Mm-hmm. But no matter what the client's background is, as we do the work, it's always a beautiful space for them to feel the love and nurturing that they may not feel in their current space. And my job is to teach them how to bring that through. How do you take what you feel right here and bring that through into your everyday life?
Nice. Beautiful. What is your why? Why you start all of this? What do you think is behind it?
And my why was me at first.
That is a great why.
I wanted to understand me. Like they say, most people go into counseling because we're crazy as hell. I tend to agree with that. We go into counseling and psychology because we want to understand our craziness and our family craziness. And that leads to wanting to help other people. And so that really was what got me started in the beginning. I needed to understand my pain and why I felt certain things or why I behaved in certain ways. And the deeper I got into it, like I said, spirit just kind of nudged me all along, and I would add things and I would go take this class and take that certification and do this and do that. And it just all worked for me. I did the things I was curious about, and that helped me. And I realized the powerful ways that it helped me. And I said, I can help other people do this. And so I was literally 19, doing home rehab as a nursing assistant. And that led to me getting clients, back to back to back, and building that as my career. Then I went to school for counseling. Then I got into my counseling career, and I was a trainer and a massage therapist and all the things, because along the way, I was constantly wanting to know more about how to help, why things helped, why they made a difference. So I was always learning, and that it fueled my journey. I am always my first client, right? I got to be doing the work on myself. I got to be healing. But it also gave me the knowledge and the wisdom as I was doing the work on me and learning all these things to help my clients in even more powerful ways. And so here I am 20 plus years later. And I look back and I'm like, I never would have picked this journey. I didn't wake up and say, this is who I'm becoming. But this was exactly who I was here to become.
It's beautiful. How do you wake up every day? Like, how is your morning routines, or what is going on with you in the morning? I'm curious to know.
Yeah, so ritual is a big part of my day. I am a Sagittarius.
Me too. What date? It's the
December
best.
13th.
Okay. I'm the last day. I'm 21 December.
Okay.
But I'm the winter solstice.
Nice.
So Sagittarius is the shit. We are the same. I love it. Sorry, guys. Sorry for all the signs. But it's the same.
Love y'all, but we're the best.
But we are the best. Nothing to say. We're just the best.
Yeah.
I was loving you already. Now I love you even more. Okay, go. So you're a Sagittarius.
I'm a Sagittarius. And for me, I exhibit a lot of the qualities of being a loner. I'm very introverted. I like my space. I struggle with commitment. I need freedom. Oh, I do. I need freedom. I need commitments. Oh, I don't like anything that makes me feel tied down.
Okay, but for sure you are a higher achiever. Each time you put yourself and that is a commitment as well, right? When you want,
but you have to figure out how to navigate it in ways that make sense. So for me, in my relationship, it shows up. I don't like feeling tied down. So as long as I have the freedom to express myself, I can travel when I want. I get to spend time with him and love on him and be loved by him. But I also get to have time alone. And as long as it's like that, I don't feel suffocated, right? So I have my freedom with commitment. In my business, that shows up as I don't plan my entire year out. That's a struggle for me.
Me either. No,
I am, because that's too long of a commitment.
I can't where think that far in the future. Next week.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. And so that's why I say I struggle with commitment, but you have to figure out ways to navigate it that makes sense for you, right? So this is all relevant to how I start my day. As a business owner, I can't plan an entire year out. I can't think that far ahead of what I'm going to be doing in 2023. We literally work by quarter. Okay, this quarter, here's what we're going to focus on. Okay, we know we're going to do this thing every quarter, so we can plot those dates out. But aside from that, I crave flexibility and freedom, right? So for my daily living, ritual is really important to me because it keeps me accountable. None of my days, most of my days rarely start the same, except for when I first get up. When I first get up, I am speaking some type of affirmation or incantation over myself when I first wake up. And as I get up and I start walking through the house, And I love to speak out loud because our voice has vibration. It's powerful. So I'm speaking to the walls, to the atmosphere, to the house, to the energy, to the area. So when I first get up, that's what I'm doing. And then once I'm awake and I'm moving about, I go into my office and I talk to my ancestors. Now, I talk to them all through the day, everywhere. It doesn't matter. But that's the thing that cues my brain to start my day. When I walk into my office, good morning, how y'all doing? What's going on, people? I'm talking to my ancestors and my angels. Again, out loud. It reverberates. It's powerful for me. And so I light a candle for them or some incense. I do a lot of prayer candles for myself. So if there's something that I'm focused on, an intention for the day, then I may do a prayer candle with that. But that's my typical morning routine, my ritual, because it gets me in the mindset of, regardless of what happens today, I'm good. Regardless of what challenges or stressors or beautiful moments, because lots of days are filled with beauty. Regardless of what happens, I'm good, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I'm whole. I'm happy, I'm at peace. I am moving through this day with ease. Those are the things that I'm affirming to myself and cultivating that energy around. And so when other things happen, I'm able to respond instead of always reacting and getting stressed out and overwhelmed. I'm able to respond from a place of knowing that I'm already supported. I'm constantly talking to my team. I'm always affirming myself, loving on myself, honoring myself. So it gives me the ability to stay in that balance and proactively live life. So yeah, that's my typical morning ritual or routine. And that works well for me as a Sagittarius because it's flexible. I don't do everything in the same order every day, but I know those are the steps that I do to keep me in that energy and in that mind flow. And it gives me the freedom to not feel like I'm tied down. I got to do this thing at 8:05 and I got to do this thing at 8:15 and I got to do this at whatever.
Yeah, you don't want that. We don't like that. It's funny because do you know tapping, EFT?
I love tapping.
Okay, so I'm practitioner. I use tapping for money, for you name it.
Exactly.
And you were telling me that I have an invitation. I'm hosting a live event Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's just 1 hour a day. And my main focus is being an amplifier. So I amplify, I give space to women with gifts to go to the world and having more clients, more followers, more eyeballs, more money, more raising their prices, all of that. So I put together this live event. You can come. I will send you a link.
Sure.
It's
Please.
free. It's free, and you can invite other people if you want.
Yeah.
And it names is 3 days to become an influence queen. And it is much more than that. It is, I'm going to bring a lot of tapping because tapping changed my life. I do exactly the same things than you. The difference is in this house, I don't have an office, but it's okay. And I always light my incense. I have my money magnet bowl where I put coins and gold kind of things. And I have gold money, and I have my belt when I sell it, and I sell for clients. And I'm looking now, and I always light incense, and I do affirmations. I do tapping on the morning in a positive way, because tapping can be, you can use it to go deep on the problem, and then bringing back and changing. I just do that on the morning. And then I do tapping with my clients. And the cool thing of doing tapping with your clients is you are doing for them and you are doing for you. So
absolutely.
And you can never go wrong. So that invitation is I'm sending to you straight away. I want you to tell me, where can people find you? Give a website, of Facebook or whatever. You need to send me the links after.
I will.
The description. But
I'll send you the links too.
Where people can find you, my love.
So the easiest place to find me, they can always go to the website, www.iamhealingone.org. Everything's spelled out. iamhealingone.org. On Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, they can find me with the same thing, tag I Am Healing One, or the little @ symbol, I Am Healing One. They can work with me with the Akasha, with womb healing. I wrote a womb healing and energy healing certification course that we now have live. They can go through that. They can do individual work. Our goal is just always to customize the process to the person, because there's no cookie cutter, right? It's about figuring out who that person is, where they are, and what they need, and tailoring it to them. So they can always reach out. Yeah.
It's beautiful. On my next events, I'm going to invite different people to speak, and I would love to invite you.
I would love that.
This is better, so I'm trying to figure out how to navigate all of that. But it's a small event. It's about bringing beautiful women together, create a community. Do you feel as well that is this secret group of women, not secret, but we are like gearing up, because I'm in contact with my magic, and I was always against my powers and what I have, and tapping allowed me to be a channel, allowed me to make magic without making. I have no idea how I help people, but I have this story I need to share. So I was doing a session. I do sessions of game plans. I'm going to give one to you as well. So you like map out the next 3 months of your social media and of followings, clients, etc. How much money you want to make, all of that. But I was doing this session with her, and we finally did. She wants to work with me, but she did not have budget enough. So I said, okay, let's do some money tapping and see how it goes. And she sent me a message yesterday. I swear this is true. This sounds surreal. She sent me a message saying, I did not want to tell you, but I'm a escort as well. And yesterday I had a client who paid me $1,000 to hang out with me, just your tapping works. And I was, oh my God, I cannot use this. So
I love it. There are so many moments when we see our power at work.
I love it because I have no judgment. I think that women should be free to do whatever they want.
Whatever it looks like for them.
Men are looking for companion, please go, and vice versa. We should be allowed to do whatever. Like I feel that OnlyFans and things like that, bringing a different energy to the allowance of whatever we do with our body. Like I did Playboy cover and I love it. I own it. So,
I celebrate us owning our power in whatever ways work. And that's why I love the womb healing specifically, right? Because I work with men and women. But oftentimes we as women definitely police our bodies a lot more, whether that be sexually, sensually, emotionally, energetically, physically. We police ourselves and we squash ourselves down to the point where we feel like we can't breathe. And that does affect our money, right? That does affect our ability to have pleasure. That does affect our ability to feel good and healthy and safe and to thrive. And so I am an advocate for whatever works for you, do that thing, because that may be the very thing that you were here to do, and nobody is sin-free. Nobody is judgment-free. Whatever you believe in, we all have judgments and criticisms of each other, but most often it's because of our own insecurities. So I'm here for it. I'm loving the fact that she was able to get such a quick turnaround and celebrate that.
It's amazing, the story. I feel like it's the highlight, then go for it. 1, it works. Point 2, go for it. Own it.
Yeah.
Like I'm owning the story of, I used to be a mom. The mom was my identity. I am still a mother. But on this moment, I'm more heated than mom because the mom was dying. The mom was not feeling good. The mom was going to hurt herself. I was in a terrible spiral. And do I feel judged? No, because nobody have a shit with my life. This is my
life. What I tell people? If they're not paying your bills, if they're not fucking you, if they are not actively protecting you or have a presence in your day-to-day that keeps you literally alive, then they should not have an opinion that has access to control how you live. And I put it to people like that because it's easy for us to let our spouses, our partners, our kids, our parents, our besties, or whoever, it's easy to let all of those things crowd us, right? And overrule our own inner voice. We hear all of these voices from all the people, all the judgments, all the criticisms, all the rejection, all the pain. And again, we squash ourselves trying to keep everybody else happy. And in the end, they're still not happy and they're still judging us and we're still miserable. So if they're still going to be judgmental, live your fucking life. Live it in the way that makes sense for you. Live it in the ways that bring you pleasure. And if they are in a place where they're paying bills and they're sleeping with you because they're your partner, then you may need to get a new partner or a new spouse.
Oh, yeah.
If they can't absolutely consistently contribute to you co-creating joy, then they don't deserve to be in your life.
That is so true.
And sometimes that forces us to make hard decisions.
Oh, yes. 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 Yeah. I could be talking with you for 10 hours now, but we need to wrap this on. It's just a quick last question. Yeah. If you had a message for yourself in the past, what message was?
Ooh.
Or like 10 years ago?
Yeah. I would tell that version of me, own your power and trust yourself. Mm-hmm. Me doing womb healing on myself literally saved my life 2 years ago in a medical emergency. 10 years ago, I would never have thought that I would be that powerful or know that much. And so if anything, I would tell any past version of myself, trust yourself and own your power.
It's beautiful. I wish I could hug you. I wish. Oh my God, we are going to hang out again for sure.
Absolutely.
Guys, thank you so much for watching and subscribing. Because if you did not subscribe, you need to do it because we are the best. Yeah. So thank you so much for everything. I'm going to turn off our call here on